What's happening? I'm fucking with y'all. I'm just kidding. It's good to be back, man. Just dropped a video today. Well, I'm recording this right now. I'm just going to drop another one back to back, man. You know what I'm saying? I thought I would share something else that's really cool, pretty cool. And this one's a little less. It's actually zero auto-tune shit, so I thought I'd break away from that for a second and show you something a little bit more pertaining to just the rap world. You know what I'm saying? How to make your rap vocals more interesting to the listener, right? How to engage the listener in a more creative way to make your shit pop more. You know what I'm saying? To make it interesting to listen to. And yeah, so we're going to talk about that. And yeah, I just want to say this first too. It really does. It's like, you know, it's brings me pleasure to be able to bring this information to you guys, but there's no but. I just should say at the same time, it would really do me a huge favor. I'm really trying to grow this channel, you know, bigger so I can keep bringing you guys cool stuff like this. And I want to bring you guys a lot more stuff. And I even want to do, you know, I don't know, let me put it to you this way. The bigger this channel gets, you guys have to help me get there. So the bigger this channel gets, the more cool stuff I can bring you, which means that, you know, hopefully, you know, sometime in the short or near future, you know, I can get people to sponsor my videos, which means I can give stuff away to you guys for free, you know, cool stuff that you guys use. A lot of people ask me, you know, what kind of microphone are you using? Or, you know, what are you know, these different things. Well, instead of just telling you what I'm using, it'd be really cool to maybe have one of those things and just give it away. You know what I'm saying? So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and definitely copy the link or hit the share button and just share it with people so more people can get involved. And, you know, we could just grow the channel together, and I'll keep giving you every bit of information I know 100% for free. Yeah. So anyways, without further ado, man, let's just get right into this. How to chop your vocals like a pro. And this is crazy. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. I'm trying to make this video a lot shorter, so we're going to kind of brush through this, because here's the thing. I can't really teach you how to chop your vocals. All I can really do is show you how I chop these vocals and what I did, and maybe you can get an idea of how you can do this to your beats or to your music, right? And beats, because I chop the beat up too, because you got to, you know, kind of both things go hand in hand. So the thing is this is more of a creative play on it. So it's like, if, you know, you can't go to somebody like, hey, show me how to, you know, play piano, or show me how to write a song. It's like, it's kind of impossible to do. You can show someone like notes and chord structures and, you know, different things and scales and stuff like that. But you can't really tell someone how to feel out a track and play what they feel. That, you know, that's all subjective, and it's based off the person and how they feel a track should sound like, you know, right? So again, this is just what I did to this track, and the beat is produced by a good friend of mine named DG Beats. Fucking really one of my favorite producers, man. Super dope, from Atlanta. And the artist on this track, also another one of my favorites, a good friend of mine. His name's Kev Classic. He comes here to my personal studio, and we record this, you know, all of his stuff together. Can't wait to drop his full album. It's going to be ridiculous. And I just love his voice and the way he raps, man. It's super dope. Very talented dude. So it made it a lot of fun to chop this stuff. So check it out. I'm just going to run it through just the beginning right here, and you guys can hear what it sounds like, and we'll talk about it briefly and show you what I did. Here we go.
Yeah, I know we enemies, but at least one time you were a friend of me. So if I died of something, let that ain't pride of something to make my picture a momentary centerpiece. Damn, I never thought it'd ever get to this point. Yeah, recording this with a lit joint, thinking about everything I've been through and everything I've seen, just to follow up on dreams and fill this void. But I think this hole in my heart got bigger. Yeah, cold as I like this swisher. Shouldn't be smoking as much, I got asthma and shit, but it's the only thing that make me chipper. This shit fucked up. You think I'ma spend my whole life trying to make you happy, and find out one day it ain't enough, huh? Take the cars and the crib and the kids, move a motherfucker in and get money, that's a must, huh? Damn, man, you crazy. On top of all that shit, you shady. I see people go through this tape on a daily, but
yeah, dude's hard as fuck, man. Just the whole thing, it just so crispy, so clean. Everything sounds great, man. Good balance. My opinion, of course. Not just because I mixed it, but yeah, it is. No, I'm just kidding, man. Everything sounds like cool. It really helps when you have a great artist, you know what I'm saying, to work with. So anyways, like I said, you could see the one thing I'll point out, the first thing I'm going to mention is that you see it when the verse even started here, there's these chops right here don't even happen, till halfway through, like, this first section over here, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's important too, to, before you start getting too crazy with all these chops and overdoing them, let the listener get involved with what's going on with the track naturally first, right? Like, let them get into it. Let them start vibing the track first. And then you want to creatively and carefully pick certain spots that you might want to, chop up. And given that the artist naturally is giving you space to do so, I'm not just picking any random spot to do that. Like, if I turn these off, right, and you hear these parts here, you can hear that the vocals just naturally, I just naturally heard there was a gap there, that there was something I could do with it there. So check it out.
This void, but I think this hole in my heart got bigger. Yeah, cold as I like this swisher. Shouldn't be smoking as much, I got asthma.
Right? So then when you listen to it, it just sounds like, okay, that sounds a lot better.
Follow up on dreams and fill this void, but I think this hole in my heart got bigger. Yeah, cold as I like this swisher. Shouldn't be smoking as much.
You know what I mean? So you just want to choose the spots carefully, okay? Anyway, so how I did this first part, use a little bit of automation, as you can see, but let's just switch this back to volume. And to select your automation, or to show it, you just click this little icon here. It'll just show and hide automation, as you can see. All right, so what I did was, let's hide the automation for a second, actually. You can see that the word bigger, right? Because this is the word bigger here. If I mute the beat.
Bigger.
Right? So all I did, and before I even get into this, it's very important to mention, when you bring a beat in and you're going to start recording and start mixing your session, please don't be the dumb dude who's just like, I'm just going to leave everything stuck and just start recording. No, dude, you need to set your entire session to the exact BPM and tempo of the track. So you notice that it says the tempo up here shows 105 BPM. It's because, like I showed you in all my other videos, if you watch, the first thing I do is I set up the instrumental and I set up my DAW to be, ready to record in, right? So the first thing I'll do is drag in the BPM counter, and it shows that it's not now because it's not playing, but it'll read that it's 105. So it's the very first thing I did. Before I even started recording him, I set the tempo to 105, and then we started going at it. Okay, so very important. The reason why this is important is because it's going to allow you to move things perfectly in time with the beat when you're chopping. You can't do that when it's 120. You're going to be guessing. Some things are going to sound maybe okay. Another thing's going to sound like slightly late or slightly early, and you're going to be pulling your hair out because of it. So just do the shit right to begin with, and then you could actually have fun with it instead of pulling your hair out. So anyway, so back to the point. What I did was I took bigger, and I was like, it'd be cool if it kind of faded in like this, bit bigger, right? So all I did was copy it like this. I'm just going to run through this and show you it. I don't even have to make a full cut like that. And just to even make a cut like that, if you just select it and just click on it, it just makes a cut for you, which is kind of nice. But if you want to keep it a solid piece, all you have to do is just hold Option and then click on it and drag down and let go. I'm just going to say don't copy. And you can see it just makes a perfect copy of this word. So you'll notice it gets louder.
Got bigger.
Right? What I should have done first is make a new track, because that's a pitch down track. So let's just bring this up. So
got bigger.
So it's louder. Anyways, if I move this over, you can definitely hear it too. Watch.
Got bigger.
Right?
In my heart got bigger.
Anyways, we don't want it like that. So I thought it'd be cool. Like, as you can see, this one will just match it. All I did was I copied that. I moved it over where I thought it'd be cool. So I was just like listening to it. I'm like,
I think this hole in my heart got bigger.
Right? So I was just kind of going with it. Because you got a vibe to it, right?
To fill this void, but I think this hole in my heart got bigger. Yeah, cold as I
That's how I just sing with it, right? Like, engineering can be like producing. You're really trying to make the record as best as it can be. So you got to vibe with it. So then I copy this over again. Excuse me. Still getting over being sick, obviously. And then I just hold Option Shift again to make another copy. And then what I did was I wanted to fade these all in, and I can't do that. If I hit the T, I mean the letter T on my keyboard, it brings up the tool panel. And if I click the fade tool, and if I highlight all these, you can see I'd have to do each one. It doesn't work like that. So we got to make this all one piece. So how we do that is if I hit the letter T again, I bring up this glue tool, right? And let's just highlight all these. All we're going to do is highlight all of them with the glue tool selected. I just click once, and it's going to say contiguous audio regions require the creation of a new audio file. Sure, let's create a new one. So all it does is just make, a solid one. If I hit T again and then hit the fade tool, now I have the option to fade it in as I would like. I'm going to just bend this up a little bit.
This hole in my heart got bigger. Yeah.
Right? So it sounds pretty cool. And then I was like, I want that bigger at the end again to repeat inside the gap of this part, right? So I was listening to the beat. I could see the kick drums here. So I was like, cool, it should be like right on there. So then I just copied this. And then I got to hit T again to get my pointer tool. Then I hit Option to drag down again. And then I just moved it over here, let go. I didn't want to copy the automation. So now if you hear it again.
Think this hole in my heart got bigger. Yeah, cold as I like.
Right? So very simple and clean and easy to do. All right. So what I did was, sorry, my voice is just, I'm saying it's a little scratchy because, what I've had, but 12 minutes. So I'm going to try to hurry this up because this is, I don't want to take too long on this. But I just wanted to show you how I did certain things like this. And then what I did is I wanted to show the automation tool here. I wanted to show the show automation so I could start, God, this guy keeps, let me see. Hit him back up in a minute. Anyway, so I show the automation here so we can start, doing some more stuff to it, right? So I didn't have to do anything volume-wise here. One thing I did want to do, though, was I wanted to adjust the pan because I thought while this was fading in, I thought it'd be actually also cool if it bounced from left to right, right? So bit bigger, right? Bounce from left to right. So what I did is I switched this to pan. If I just click this, you'll see the green line. The green line is going to represent the pan. So what I did was I just made these little dots here. If I just make them like this, real simple. You'll see why I'm doing a bunch of them like this in just a second. And I'll just make one like this too. All right, so you'll see if I lift up like this, we'll go full right. If I just click in the middle here, drag one down, and do it like this. Super easy, right? So now if you listen to it.
Void, but I think this hole in my heart got bigger. Yeah.
Pretty cool and easy. It's simple, clean, but now the vocals have a little movement in it, right? Even with the beat.
But I think this hole in my heart got bigger. Yeah, cold.
You're like, man, yeah, this guy really knows what he's doing, man. They're gonna be saying that about you, man. Like, dude, your shit sounded clean. You know what I mean? So, and it's very simple. It's just look at all these chops and stuff, man. Really come down to taste, and you want to be humble about it. What I mean by that is you don't want to overdo it. You just want to find the right spots that cater. That would help cater to the essence of the full track, right? So the same thing. So then I was like, okay, cool. Well, I think it would be nice to
hole in my heart got bigger. Yeah, cold as I like this.
Chop the tracker here and then fade it back in. All this stuff is subjective. And then another one again. If you listen, the reason why I put this fade here in front of this kick drum is because where these ones were at, I kind of wanted to have this same feel in the beat.
My heart got bigger. Yeah, cold as I like this swisher. Shouldn't be smoking as much. I got.
You see what I'm saying? Even with the beat, that note, that right on the Rhodes keys, all this stuff is just the same way a producer's thinking about it. You're like producing the final version. So this is how you're gonna approach it. You know what I mean? And not every song is going to be like this. This is just what this song called for. Same thing here. I thought it was really cool. This shit fucked up. And it was a really powerful point right there. So that's why I cut it here.
Only thing that make me chipper, this shit fucked up. You think I'm going to spend my whole life trying to make you
right? These impactful points. So that's how I did that. You saw how I created this version here. Also, another thing to mention is when I have these things done like this, what I'll do is I will, let's see, if I have this here, I'll pull up the mixer, and I'll usually just copy, because I don't want to lose the EQ and the de-esser. So I'll copy these things over to kind of keep the same. I'm holding Option while I do this as well, and it should retain the, yes it did. So sometimes when you hold, Option and copy it, it doesn't retain the information, but in this case it did. And you can apply the sends. I'm not going to do that right now, but now it should sound the same.
But I think this hole in my heart got bigger. Yeah.
But now, what I can do too is I can add a spreader. I can do something to make it even more, like, kind of push it in the background, so it's not the same as the main vocal altogether, but it just to keep it a little more interesting. I'll do it like this, and then I'm gonna drop the volume a little bit.
But I think this hole in my heart got bigger. Yeah, cold as I.
Right, and so now let's say I want this one to be a little bit quieter, so now we can drop this back down and go to volume. Click this here. Let's just make a point here for these, and then for this one.
But I think this hole in my heart got bigger. Yeah, cold as I like this swisher.
So you get where I'm going with this.
But I think this hole in my heart got bigger. Yeah, cold as I like this swisher. Shouldn't be smoking as much. I got asthma and shit.
So look at, these are all these different things you can do with this. I did the same thing over here. If you hear if I just play this for you here, same approach.
Hey, man, you crazy. On top of all that shit you say, I see people.
So all I did here was I used the same slowdown effect. I just bent it up a little bit so it wasn't too slow. Just wanted to kind of catch the end of it. And then what I did is I copied the same shady part down, and on a separate track, remember it has the same amount of plugins. All I did was I added the spreader, and I also added a pitch shift, and I dropped it -7 semitones, mixed it 100%, so on and so forth. And that's how I got, this sound here.
Top of all that shit you say, I see people go.
And I just thought it kind of sounded nice. So again, I think that's gonna wrap it up. Pretty self-explanatory after that. Just wanted to show you how you can be creative, with chops to make a beat sound, or not a beat, but the whole song sound a little more interesting. So again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry if I dragged it on a little too long, 17 minutes. I'm sorry guys, I can't fucking help it, man. You know what I'm saying? I try. I just want to be thorough and as clear as possible sometimes. And, I'm trying to approach it organically, the same way as if you were sitting right here next to me, I'd be talking to you the same way. So forgive me on the time stuff. Try to break things down quicker next time. But at the same time, hopefully that's the reason why you guys like the video. The videos I've been dropping, because they're a little bit more thorough. So anyways, I'm out. Hope you guys dig this, and I'll catch you guys on the flip, man. Peace.